Good evening. And future award beneficiaries. I know all y'all getting straight A's, right?
Right.
A's and B's, perfect attendance?
Yes.
All right, well, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce, we have a guest speaker tonight. This is something we haven't done in a while. Mr. MACK, McGHEE. I actually met Mr. McGHEE at Westwood College. He worked with me over there for a while. He teaches criminal justice. I degree in political science and justice. He had all that done by the age of 24. He's been gainfully employed with the Child Welfare and Human Services agencies in the state of Illinois for the last 13 years. He's worked in various capacities, dedicated his life to empowering and motivating youth and individuals to succeed no matter what the circumstances. He is recognized as an expert on youth. He is a consultant and has worked with many local universities and on numerous research-based processes. He is the CEO of Transforming Lives International, a company he launched in 2006, dedicated to the task of helping others improve their quality of life through motivation and inspiration. Mr. Mack is a member and vice president of the award-winning Homer Frostmore Toastmasters Club, Local 1451. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Mack
Somebody said it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he'd be the one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled in with a bit of a grin on his face. If he smiled, he hit it. He started to sing as he tackled that thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that." At least no one has ever done it. But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the first thing we know, he begun it. With a lift of the chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quitting, he started to sing as he tackled that thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it couldn't be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin, just take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing as you tackle that thing that couldn't be done, and you'll do it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's indeed an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to have this opportunity to come out to Kaplan College this evening and really to speak into the hearts and minds of you, the students here, who have dedicated and committed yourself to a program of study, which I know so many of you are looking forward to completing that process. But I also want to acknowledge Ms. Cochran. I want to acknowledge Cassandra Powell, who gave me the opportunity and asked me to come and present at this awards ceremony. And so I just want to thank them for that. And also the faculty and staff here. So why don't we give the faculty and staff a round of applause for all the things. I want you all to repeat after me. One life.
One life.
My life.
My life.
One life.
One life.
My life.
My life.
One life.
One life.
My life.
My life.
How great it is to dream a dream in the position of youth by a starry stream. But how great it is to fight life through and get to the end and find a dream is true. How many of you understand we got one life to live?
One.
Yes, we got one. Of all the billions of people here on the face of the earth, there's one thing that we all have in common. That's one time here on this earth. And so because of that fact, we need to maximize that opportunity. We need to embrace that opportunity, and we need to take advantage of that opportunity. Well, in the few moments that I have to present to you, I'm going to talk about 4 types of people that I tend to come across in life. And maybe you can identify with some of these people. I don't want you to look at anybody, one of your neighbors, but I'm going to talk about 4. The first person I want to talk about is the person that I call the player. The player is the individual that's in the game. You know, they say if a player is successful because they're willing to show up. How many of you, by show of hands, know that 80% of success in life is the show-up test?
Right.
Do y'all know that? That you will have success 80% of the time if you just show up. 90% of success in life is, in terms of success, is being willing to show up and show up on time. How many of y'all know about that? 95% of success is being willing to show up on time, and have a plan. That means you study. And 100% of success in life is being willing to show up, show up on time, have a plan, and then execute that plan. How many of you want to have 100% of success right here at Kaplan? Okay, you can clap for that. The other thing they say about the player is that the player is successful because they're able to make a decision. See, each and every one of you in this room was able to make a decision. Whether you saw a commercial, whether it was somebody that prodded you, whether it was a friend or coworker, you made a decision. They say successful people make decisions quick and change their mind over time. They say unsuccessful people take forever to make a decision and then change their mind quick. Always be in the category of being successful. Make good, sound decisions, and your life will go farther than you ever imagined it to go. The second person I tend to come in contact with in life is the person that we call the spectator. See, we were all spectators at some point. I have love and aspiration for a spectator because a spectator has dreams. A spectator has aspirations. A spectator wants to go somewhere with their life. And so they're just sitting back in the cut, right? They're sitting back and they're watching somebody. They found somebody that they respect, doing something that they like to do one day and doing it at a level that they really want to do it at. And I tell you, that means to find a mentor. You don't always have to have a mentor that you can pick up the phone and call. I call it having a mentor at a distance. It's somebody that you see out in the world doing something that you want to do, that you have a desire and a passion to do, and you respectfully pursue them. You watch them. You follow in their footsteps. It's okay to be a spectator. The third person that I tend to come across in life is the person that I call the wanderer. The wanderer is that student right now wandering through the halls, wondering where everybody at. Right? See, they say it's three types. People that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and there's always someone running up late saying, what just happened? Don't be a Johnny-come-lately to your life. Show up on time for your life, for your dreams, for your success. And the fourth person that we tend to come across in life is the person that we call the wanderer. The wanderer doesn't even know that there's a game being played. They don't even know that they're part of this game we call life. And it takes the spectator and the player to motivate these wanderers and these wanderers and to show them the way. And so once you leave Kaplan, you get your certificate and you get your degree and you move on to bigger and better things, it's for you to reach back and show somebody else the way and show somebody else the opportunity that you were afforded. How many of you know there's a power in being unique and different? Yeah. There's a power in being unique and different. You know, it was Earl Nightingale. He said the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. He said the opposite of courage in our society is conformity. Everybody doing what everybody else is doing without even knowing why. That's why we see all the death in the streets. That's why we see all these young people dying for no reason other than the fact that they was on the wrong side of town or they looked at the wrong person the wrong way. People are conforming to what other people want them to do. But there's a power in being unique and different. There's a power in being uncommon. As a matter of fact, it was Theodore Roosevelt who at that time in history was the youngest president. He said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity and not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humble and dull by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk. To dream, to build, to fail, to succeed. I refuse to live hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to a guaranteed existence. The thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence nor dignity for a handout. It's my heritage to think and act for myself, to enjoy the benefits of my creation and face this world boldly and say, with God's help, this I have done. Students here at Kaplan, you can do it. You can do it. You're already doing it. You can finish. You don't have to give up. It may be somebody in this room that's ready to throw in the